Jesus. Hey 68 triumphant. Like, do you really have to remove your videos so fast? 68 did a video we did a response to. We got ready to upload it the other day, but his video was gone. Seems we can't be lazy with 68. We gotta respond in the hour. 68's like the movie theaters. You better check his flick out as soon as he releases it. Except you get a week with the theaters. 68 ain't got time for shit like that. You don't get no week. It was a good video too. We had a few things to say concerning 68's own and the boxonologist. Next time we'll get that video up in the hour. No point in linking people to a video that ain't there. 68 might put up a gem, but you better go see it right away. Buddy touched on some interesting shit. So much respect to 68. Also, we've gotta send a 10 players holler out to Haplo Type 0. We requested a video from Haplo on the killing of Bill the Butcher, so we appreciate him dropping that one. Bill the Butcher was no joke, so if you're a history buff, especially if you like to kick back at night, chill and listen to a video that's longer than 5 minutes, Haplo's the one. We're leaving a link to his channel for anyone interested. 68 as well. Though we can't guarantee anything will be there. Don't worry though. Something will be. We think. Just buy that ticket fast. But for now we're just gonna kick it a little on this Mayweather-Berto fight. So let's see what Mayweather had to say.
Khan's been wanting you for like a year and a half. Specifically, why not those two?
Well, no, Amir Khan has to get past Danny Garcia first. You know, once Amir Khan can get past Danny Garcia, then, you know, the fight would have happened.
Why? Like, why not ask Berto to get past Ortiz and Guerrero? And if it was because Khan was stopped by Garcia, then Berto should have to get past this guy. But we're sure there's another logical reason behind that claim that only a fucking genius can comprehend. Now 10 players is throwing this one out to Christopher St. Tillian, who asked us to kick it a little on this one. So shout out to Christopher while we're at it. Yeah, we know we're late. Like, when are we not? But this is gonna be a quick one because we actually don't have much to say about it. Like, getting it ain't rocket science. The only thing we can gather from this fight though, is that since Mayweather beat everyone who beat up on Berto, he figures he'll thank Berto for letting everyone see how much better he was than the guy. I mean, every time someone fucked up Berto, Floyd would fight the same guy who'd do this to Berto and not get a scratch. And now, he brushes off this guy when it wasn't long ago he was claiming he had an entire country behind him. Truth is, Mayweather says whatever he needs to shut the media up, while getting gullible fans to buy his bullshit. I mean, we personally would have much rathered seeing this guy across the ring from Mayweather. Like, we crack on the guy at times too, but Khan's still a lot better than fans give him credit for, and we certainly like the matchup more than Berto, but it is what it is. As for the Berto fight, we won't be paying for it, but we'll be watching. But the honest truth is we don't see what the big deal is about Floyd fighting Berto. Floyd's been doing this shit for ages. Like, what the fuck was so special about Guerrero? I mean, we don't get it. Floyd fans have been making everyone Floyd fights out to be some kind of beast if Floyd fights him, and garbage if someone else does. What the fuck was so special about this guy? Ortiz is the guy who stood in the ring claiming he don't deserve to be getting beat up like this. Like, you're a fucking fighter. We never took the guy seriously from that moment on. We knew his career would end up exactly the way it has, because even if you feel that way, you don't say idiotic shit like that. Can you imagine any top fighter saying I don't deserve to be getting beat up like this? In a fight. That's supposed to be a fight. Like, why do you think your opponent was there? To kiss your fucking feet, I guess. And that's who Floyd picks. Now there's a sleight of the hand pattern here that's going on in boxing today. A guy gets one good win and suddenly he's incredible. Then Floyd fights him. It's not like Foreman destroying top names in 2 rounds and shit. One guy builds his name beating a bunch of nobodies, fights another guy who built his name fighting a bunch of nobodies. Then Floyd fights the guy who beat the other guy who fought a bunch of nobodies. Then they go on Floyd's resume as being somebody, making Floyd suddenly great for beating him. Take Maidana. Who were all these killers Maidana was beaten? He lost to Khan. The Morales fight was shocking. He loses to Devin Alexander. He stops Carras, who won 2 fights before that, but lost 3 in a row before those 2 wins, hadn't no contest before those 3 losses, and fucking lost before the no contest and 3 losses. That's a lot of fucking losses. So like, is that really that great of a victory? He beat Lopez, who only got attention for beating Ortiz. See what we're saying? Lopez is another example of guys getting credit for one decent win. Canelo became a beast for beating Trout, because we sure the hell don't count that suspect Mosley win. The politics behind that shit was too fucking ridiculous. Meanwhile Trout became a beast for beating no one other than a fat out-of-shape donut-eating Cotto who didn't even train for the fucking fight. Ricky Hatton wasn't even a welterweight, and Zab Jutin never beat anyone of value other than Spinks. No really. What fucking name did Judah ever beat? Okay, we'll give him that unimpressive split against Lucas. But he lost to Costazu, lost to Baldemir, Cotto, Claudy, Khan, Garcia and even a weak-ass Pauly. Yet he's considered to be such a great name on Mayweather's resume. We never got to see the fights we really wanted, and the few we did always came at least 5 years too late. Even now we don't get to see Khan, Bradley, Brook or Thurman. To this very moment Floyd fans are claiming Thurman's ducking Spence. Exactly what Mayweather wanted him to do. But Floyd isn't ducking Thurman to these same guys, who was his damn mandatory. Fucking unbelievable. This ain't some shit you brush off because Floyd planted some hypnotic thought in your fucking head. If the Lakers are set to play the Heat then they play the Heat. They don't claim a good team for the Heat to play would be the Bulls. Nor would basketball fans suddenly decide. Yeah. The Heat should play the Bulls instead. Because Kobe said so. Who the fuck cares who can beat who? I mean we wanna see the Heat face the Bulls too. After they face the fucking Lakers which they're supposed to face. Thurman says he'll fight Spence if Floyd promises to fight the winner. Floyd refuses that but he still ain't ducking to Floyd fans. Floyd refuses to allow anyone to direct his career and it's cool, but if Thurman decides to do the same thing he's ducking. Floyd fans will claim look at that big bone he threw in front of his face. He should take that. He should be a hoe. But Floyd's exempt from being a bitch male slut to them. See that's the real fucking bias. So none of this stuff is new because it's been going on for years. And truth is Maidana got the Mayweather fight for beating Broner, not because he was destroying a bunch of killers. Berto's resume is actually just as impressive to us. I mean he beat Urango, Collazo, Forbes, Quintana, but other than Ortiz and Broner Maidana came up short against the top names. Truth is fans just enjoyed the spirit of Chino in the ring. I mean Khan's resume is better than both fighters. Last time Floyd even entered the ring without a bunch of personal rules and advantages was Oscar. Then there's Ortiz. Ortiz didn't do crap besides beat Berto. We just don't see the big deal and differences between Floyd fighting Berto and most of his opponents. Other than a lot of smoke and mirrors. Nor have fans really examined resumes and the circumstances going in of fights, or they'd be shocked. They sweep that shit under the rug. But Mayweather and Pac still have the best resumes. And that's what this Berto fight's all about. Taking a fight that's a light touch and not too risky for the sake of keeping the door open for a possible Pac rematch. Don't get it twisted though. Mayweather's still got skills, because even with the unfair advantages he has in fights. Still. No one still beats all the fighters he has without some skill. However, it's not even remotely impressive enough to be the best ever in our view. But as far as this actually being the easy fight everyone thinks. Especially due to the fact that Mayweather beat everyone who beat up Berto. Well, that depends. Ultimately Berto should be offended by the very fact that Floyd even offered him the fight. I mean we all know Floyd doesn't fight black fighters. Basically he's telling Berto he doesn't think he's a real black guy. That's some disrespectful shit. Someone needs to get that message to Berto. Then he can get angry about it and go in the ring to prove he's black. But there's some good news in all this if you like seeing Berto fight. And that's that we ain't gotta see him come in with that stupid fucking Nickelodeon PBC entrance. No diss to PBC, because they've actually improved to us. Just get rid of the fucking entrance. But as far as this actually being the easy fight everyone thinks. Especially due to the fact that Mayweather beat everyone who beat up Berto. Well, that's another story. We much would have rathered seeing Floyd fight Bradley, Brook, Khan, Thurman, Porter Lara or even Spence since he's suddenly worthy of top names. But someone actually in the top 10. But Berto's not the worst fight. It sure the hell ain't Rod Sulka. It's just nothing Floyd gets brownie points for. Floyd just figures why take the risk. Which could actually be a risk. Especially when no one will credit you if you win, but you're fucked up if you lose. We're actually looking forward to this fight. And there's a good reason why. Besides entertainment purposes. We just ain't paying for it. But that's all we've gotta say about the fight for now. And until our next one. Peace. We're out.